teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Throwing to start here is Tua. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On third down, here comes Mostert.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Tua now on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. And this is incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert now. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a 1st down, but for big yardage as well.
That's Isabella open on the right side. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Man open, it's Goodwin. So nothing doing there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now Hill to return it.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
It was Sebastian Joseph who got him down defensively.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Throwing on 2nd and 14.
Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
2nd and 9.
Herbert. Man open left side. It's Williams. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletic.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Chargers have moved out in front.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in the hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to move back in front.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. The slot man in motion right. Running on first down, Eckler. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4... you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
From the 45 on second down, Herbert. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
From the 44, Herbert. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Herbert on third down now. Flushed out right. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They snap it to Herbert. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Chargers. Marquise Goodwin, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Mostert. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll roll him out right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Here's Mostert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
130 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40.
A big play there.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. There goes a deep ball, end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Flush to his right.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, Herbert.
That's caught, and it's Eckler again.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Touchdown! And Isabella in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chargers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
So they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Play action. It's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert buying time to his left. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Eckler again, and he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Marquise Goodwin from 3 yards out.
And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. His throw incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here.
He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mostert. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Tua going to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the 1st down.
Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Off a play action. Tagovailoa.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
Here's Mostert.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. On play action, here's Tua.
Tua hit, and the ball is out.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
Looking to pass. Tua.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
It's Eckler again. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now it's Herbert. He's going to look deep down the field. This is intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
143 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Sliding out of the pocket. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Williams, the man in motion left. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A run with Mostert up the middle.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Joey Bosa in on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. Rolling to his right.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Charger drive about to get going as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. He's got a man complete. The 20. 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 81 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Chargers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the face.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance with double D. So you know it's only right, that's how we eat. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team.
Yeah. Sound like some superheroes. Some black superheroes. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
You need a bro like me.